All right, Cyber Traders, welcome on back to close out our day, close out our week here this Friday, April 14th, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome on back here for the afternoon meeting. Great to see all of our students and members alike inside our live trading room. Got Manuel, who just killed it before on a couple of the AI trades, pairing them together. Great to see Michael, Ron, Dan, Leda, loud and clear from all of them. Good to go across the board. Great to have all of us back on social, at least Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. So with that, let's hop right to it here, folks. It has been an incredible day to cap off, rather, I should say, a more historical week inside our live trading room. Really just another day where we ended up seeing another 100+% runner, let alone a 400+% runner. I think this PTPI, obviously, we did not kind of expect this to make the pump up that it made in terms of it running as quick as it did up towards 850 to the high. Perhaps based off of what we've seen this week, we could speculate that it's possible that one of these stocks on our watch list could potentially make, this type of run. But obviously, that's extremely, generic to say. So, it's easy to leave money on the table for a type of trade like this. But with that, hey, if this stock keeps retesting a big resistance, then it gives us the chance to expect potential continuation. So right now, that seems to be roughly off the 750 here at first, and then from there, 8. So if it could re-break 750 coming up, that's the first, hurdle here. Then if it could blast over 8, then this could definitely be off to a new run. Obviously, take that with caution, though, because, if it's right place, wrong time, meaning if it false breaks the level, then, hey, it's up a lot already, 600+% today. I don't think that we've seen a stock up this much percentage wise. I mean, I don't know if we did all of last year, transparently enough. This might be up more than any other stocks that we caught last year. So if it breaks over 750, it's worth a look, but just set a super tight stop. Every time that it broke over 750 so far, it made that quicker reaction off of it. So that's where I'm pointing to. You should expect a pretty decisive reaction the next stab off that 750. Yeah, we're going to put this on our list to begin. PTPI, put it back on our list, rather. Had this on the morning watch list. Another stock we had on the morning watch list, another cheapie at least. These stocks below $1 don't tend to pop up too much on our radar, but after yesterday and AUUD, we're talking about it today. This broke below $1 here, $1, and from there tailed off a little bit lower. Well, Rich called this out earlier off of 80 cents, just saying it was kind of hitting an iceberg there. And I looked back at the chart. It was good timing off the call out because I looked back on the chart and I was saying to myself, like, well, hey, it's kind of like already breaking back over a little bit of a level here off of 85, 86 it was. So it was almost like deja vu with the other one from yesterday, AUUD, that cheapie, but ended up breaking back over the level, making like a 15, 14-cent move. We normally don't trade these cheapies below $1, but man, I mean, if there's an opportunity and I'm watching it, all right, I'll give it a stab, see if it can make the move I want it to make. And just it's funny, back-to-back days where that happened here. Now, this trade going into the afternoon, I'm not as interested. I mean, I was more looking for a pullback and bounce earlier. At this stage right now, I'd rather just focus on the rest of the other AI trades, at least out there. I know Manuel killed it just before on MRAI. Definitely a wise exit. It pulled right up over the VWAP price. It tried to make the push off of there again, but obviously failed and came back down. So, that's what I'm telling you. Just not only on the other one, PTPI, but on all these crazy different AI trades that have pumped up so much so far this week as a whole, not just today. So MRAI, SAI, obviously, a little pullback there. What was the other one that just had a huge drop? It was those two. I think the BFRG trade, this one's actually creeping back up a little bit right now. Ended up popping back above 7, but when you look at the order book, it's pretty thin. So that I'd be very wary of as well. I'm losing track of all these damn AI stocks here so far today. Maybe BBAI was the other one I was thinking of, pulling back, just going into 130 and flattening out. This one's the most liquid of them all, I would say. So meaning it's like the safest and all that. So you know what? I don't mind slipping this at least on our list for right now. Low risk. And, again, going back to the other two, not a fan of this pullback right here on MRAI. Then SAI, just kind of going with it there. So unless if they're showing really good strength by the end of this meeting, I'm not going to be as particular about it. right? All right. So with that, let's go from top to bottom. I feel like there was one off the top of my head that I just wanted to jump to, but I just forgot it right there. It's been a long week, as you can imagine. So I'm sure we'll run into that one in just a moment that I'm forgetting. But let's start right from the top. We had the PTPI, SAI. We talked about them both already. This one makes the list. This one, not just yet. And then we'll keep going. CNSP, obviously looking at this trend, really nice move up. And looking at the order book, the spread starting to open up a tiny amount, but the liquidity checks out pretty good. Definitely going to put this on our main list for right now. Looks like another halt incoming actually pretty soon. It was about to get halted. It was about to. They stopped it from getting halted right there. So unless it really pushes up that much further coming up, it probably won't halt, but they just tried it right there at 185. All right, what else we got here? CXAI, I was the least interested in this stock out of all of them today, just because it already made this giant pump up. Typically, after that pump up, it usually just fizzles out. I wanted to tag this on with the rest of the other AI trades just in case, but it was a loser. All right, MRAI, not fully sold on it yet either. I'll come back to it, and we'll keep going. Let me actually move this back to a 1 minute chart and just zoom in here quick. So ALLR, pop and drop from earlier. Looks like this one's pretty much over. OBLG, same deal. Got this Fox O trade, pretty cheap. We keep it going here. Honestly, there's a lot that's up big. So, with all these different trades, AI stocks, all these other crap, low float, pump and dump type of stocks. Hey, we take part in a couple of them, but if they're like too thin, if they're too low float, I'm not touching it. So, NOGN, hey, looking at the liquidity, it's got a decent spread. I like that. Nice slow move so far back up across the afternoon. It's enough for me to at least put this on our main watch list. Now from this week, the stock Octo, even if it was going to be looking good, I just recall the stock from this week and last. It was crazy. Big spread, thin order book out there. BFRG coming back to this again. I'm not a fan of the liquidity on this, although it's pushing back up. CRBP, man, we got a lot here so far on the gainer side, at least to kind of just weed through, go through here pretty quick. Just looking at a couple names here, if anything, but all right, so I'll tell you that might actually just about wrap it up from the gainer side. There's, I'm sure, more that's up that 5+% that I look for. So, if there's anything else that's looking really strong, pushing up pretty nicely going into the close here, folks, then type it in. Let me know early. Let me hop over to the loser side right now. Not a lot. You could tell nothing really easy to borrow on my platform. And there's some stocks down big, like enough to look for that dead cat bounce. But you're talking about a 7-cent stock in Pear, a 23-cent stock in Meta Material. Like, going nowhere with that. So, obviously, we'll see what else is out there here. Tiva, shortable, down big, took a hit earlier today, but looks like most of that move is finished up. Same with CDE, nice little drop from earlier, but looks pretty slow here for the meantime. All right, so you know what? Let me just quickly drag across, not my Benzinga, but my book map here. What we'll do is kind of just cycle through this on my book map page, seeing if there's anything looking interesting for us to try and put back on our watch list. The two that I said were on the side, so to say, were these two, the Bullfrog and the SAI, and also this one here, the MRAI, that one as well. None of these are really looking too good. Mara dropped off from earlier, had a good bounce off 11 finally. That was a good 50-cent move. BBAI is already on our list. That's the most liquid of them all, so that's like the lowest risk for me. Well, what goes up comes back down. This did not break back over. It did not break back above 750, so we already had our conclusive move from the last break above it, just held perfectly under 750, and we got our bigger reaction. So We're going to keep it on the list, I reckon, but that's not a nice drop that you want to have. So it wouldn't shock me if it only plummets much lower towards like 325, 350-ish before the end of it all. CLSK, how about this? Looking just across the last few days here, this is making a pretty good bounce back up, and it's still above yesterday's highs and the close from yesterday. So you know what? It doesn't look like the greatest, but it's low risk. CLSK, Clean Spark, it's up over 5% right now. I'll take it. I'll put it on there. Let me just check out Benzinga Pro here to wrap up, and then we'll finish. All right, so let me just check here, seeing if there's anything looking good. I could tell pretty quickly. Not really too much out there. PKST, if anything. Nah. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us here. You could tell we're at the bottom of the barrel. So if there's anything else, last call inside our live trading room, but I think that we pretty much just caught them all here. One of our members on YouTube just saying right now, hey, it is complicated where to watch on the screen. There's so many different ways to analyze what's going on. I want to learn. So I appreciate them saying that. And hey, if you wanted to learn more about what we offer, our trading and our training behind it, what you would have to do is go right down to the link on the banner below. Just if you click that link or go to it there, ctu.co/trial, you'll be able to join us just for a small, tiny week-long trial membership to our live trading room. That's where you're going to be able to learn more about not just this screen you're looking at, but just how we look to follow these trades all throughout the day, not just in this 10-minute meeting, if anything. So if you wanted to learn more, please just join our trading room for that. If you do have any questions before joining us, I always like to post my email here at the end, josh@ctutrading.com. I tagged in for Fausto in the morning meetings this week. He was away on vacation, and with that, well, I'll tell you what, he probably didn't have too much of a vacation. He was in Fort Lauderdale, which I didn't realize until after about 20 inches of rain came. So, yeah, he didn't really vacation too much down there, I guess. But he will be back on Monday, and he'll be back just doing the morning meetings at least. So I'm sure he'll be happy to be away from there. But nevertheless, though, folks, if you're interested in joining us, just go right down to that link in the green banner below. Any questions before joining us, feel free to shoot me a quick email. All right, but again, for Sam, John, Jeff, Michael, Grant, where are the ladies at right now? We had Leda just before, had Kathleen just before, Karen just before, a bunch of us, Carla included. All right, from Jeff saying CNSP halted at 197. Whoa, how about that? It's on our list already. How about that, too? We caught it already, but I appreciate Jeff following up with that, saying it got halted. Really nice start, at least to our list. Then Sam wrapping up just by saying, what do you think of Weight Watchers, WW? Well, I kind of think decent of it. I like it. This actually is a really good move. Higher lows, looks like a beautiful flag building up towards the highs of 780, 785. Yeah, nice call here, Sam. There we go. And that was from a little earlier. Had to go from bottom to top there on the chat. So perfect. All right, folks. So for all of us inside the live trading room, I'll be in the chat board up until 3:30. If I don't catch you, enjoy the weekend. And Rich will be on the mic at least starting at 3 o'clock. All right. Talk to you all then. Take care.